going to jump straight into the lesson. I'm just going to ask everybody to give us a quick refresher. We are doing compound interest, but anybody want to put their hand up and remind me, what did you guys learn about with teacher Jen on Monday when I wasn't here? Let's see if you guys were actually listening to teacher Jen. Who was listening? What did we learn about? There's two different kinds of interest. Let's start there. Ah, beautiful, Landile, that's it. Good. We have simple interest. Good. And we have compound interest. We're going to talk about compound interest in a little bit more detail, but who can remind me, what is the formula for simple interest? Anybody? Good, it's linear. Excellent. That also means something, but we're going to get there. Tiana, tell us, give me the formula. What does it say?
It's A is equal to P, and then in a bracket is 1 plus I times N.
Times N. Excellent. But you can't go away. You must tell me what all of these things stand for. What does the A stand for?
I think, I wasn't sure, Manuel, but I think this is accumulated amount.
Correct. It's accumulated, which also just means the final amount. Yes?
Yes.
Accumulated
yes,
and final, pretty much the same. Good. What does the P stand for?
Principal, like the deposit or a loan or something like that. Good.
Principal or starting amount, right? The amount we start with, right? What about I? What is I?
Interest rate.
Beautiful. It's the interest rate. Excellent. Interest rate. And our N?
The time period.
Good. The time period or the number of years. In this case, we're going to keep saying number of years until we get to grade 11. Okay. Only in grade 11 will the time period actually change to something different. For now, number of years. All right.
Yes.
Excellently put, Tiana. Well done. Excellent, excellent stuff. All right, let's talk about compound interest right now, because compound interest actually sounds exactly like what it is, right? We're talking about amounts that actually compound on themselves, right? So compound interest is actually interest on top of interest. Interest on interest. Right? Interest on interest. So let's do this exact exercise that you guys did with teacher Jen on Monday. I've tweaked it a little bit. We're going to be talking about something a little bit more different, but let's do this again. It says here, you open a bank account, right? And again, I have not changed this. We're on a compound interest basis. Okay. And then all of a sudden I can't spell. There we go, compound interest basis. Now, it says you open a bank account and deposit 1,000 Rand. The bank offers you a 5% interest rate every year on a compound interest basis. Now, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to calculate for 5% of 1,000 Rand. Now, what is 5% of 1,000, guys? I'm pretty sure you can punch that into your calculator. You're just going to go 5% times, because of means times 1,000. And that is correct, Nico. It's going to give us 50 Rand, right? Good. Then we're going to add that amount to our initial 1,000 Rand that we have. So we now know that we actually have 1,050 Rand. Now, in year 2, something different is going to happen. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take the new amount that we have after year 1. We have 1,050 now in year 1. Okay, so that means I now have 1,050, and this question says calculate 5% of that new amount. So what they actually want is 5% of 1,050. How much is that? Beautiful, Sia, that's it. That's it. I want everybody to understand where Sia got that amount. We're looking at 5% of 1,050. So 5% times 1,050. That's correct, Nico. And that should give us 52 and 50. 52 Rand and 50 cents. Right. Now, what this actually says, what this is actually telling us is not only did I earn interest on that first initial 1,000 Rand that I had, I have also earned interest on that 50 Rand that I had. So this first 50 Rand that we would have gotten from here, that first 50 Rand, that is the interest on that 1,000 Rand. And the other 2 Rand 50 that makes up this other 52 Rand 50, that's the interest that we would get on the 50 Rand. Okay, so what's actually happening is my interest is starting to earn interest, which means there is interest on top of interest, on top of interest, on top of interest. 1 over again and again. Moeketsi, you just need to go to your calculator, look for the percent button. Okay, click 5% times 1050. Okay. Correct. Thank you, teacher. Teacher Nels, what am I doing? You've got this. All right. Excellent. All right. So we're earning interest on top of interest on top of interest. So now we're going to get 1050 plus 52 Rand and 50 cents, right? Which then actually gives me 1,102 Rand and 50 cents. All right. So we're earning interest on top of interest on top of interest. Now, who can explain to me why then do we modify this formula to have this to be to the power of n? Who knows why we have it to the power of n? Who's got any idea? Anybody? Tamisile. No, don't put your hand down. I can see you being like, oh no, no, don't put your hand down. Okay, explain.
Oh, okay. So, okay, I know what I'm gonna say now, but I don't know how to put it because it's been a while since we've done this. I think
I've heard every
few
explanation under the sun, my sweetie. I'm a teacher. Tell me, what do you think?
Okay, for simple interest, ne? For the simple interest, the n is only calculating the amount given, if I'm not mistaken. And then for compound, it gives the interest, let's say, for 1 year. When you get that interest, it also, what am I saying?
Okay, you're getting somewhere, and I'm going to use
okay.
as part of my explanation. Okay.
Can I repeat?
Well, I absolutely
okay, now
understand. Okay.
now I know what I'm saying. I'm
I
saying that
for
compound interest, ne? When you get, let's say it says for 5 years, ne? At the end of the amount, it's a repetition, but it adds on to the interest. It makes so much sense in my mind, but like ish.
100%. All right, let's look at this. Let's start with what you've said about simple interest. Let's think about this. So you know, Namisile, that we got 5% on that first 1,000 Rand, right? For interest rate. If you're doing simple interest, it's the first 5%, right? Then the next year we add another 5%. Agreed? And then next year add another 5%.
Another 5%. Yes.
But let's convert these into numbers. If I have 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5, what's the easier thing to do?
What?
Instead of writing plus all the time, I can just go 5 and go
5 times 5.
Correct. I can say times, right? So when we're calculating for simple interest, I can just go 5% times n, which is however many times I'm going to calculate for that interest rate. Correct?
Yes.
Yes, good. That's simple interest. Now let's talk about compound interest. For compound interest, I know that I'm going to get 5%, right? But after I get that 5%, I'm going to multiply the new 5% on top of the interest that I already had from that 5%, right? Times another 5%, times another 5%. Now, instead of writing it out as 5 times 5 times 5 times 5, what's the easier way to write this?
5 to the power of...
Beautiful. 5 to the power, in this case, it's 5 to the power of 4. But because the interest rate keeps going on top of the interest rate, we can just say the interest rate, which is 5%, to the power of n, which is however many times we're going to put that amount in. See, you're a genius. You didn't even know it. You did not even. Right. Your brain is saying it. You just, the way the words need to come out.
English bundles.
But absolutely, Masudi, you did that
They
beautifully.
expired at 3 o'clock.
That's okay. But I understood you.
Yeah.
Okay. Very well done. That means your brain is exactly where it needs to be in order to understand these questions. Excellently put. Well done. I love it. Absolutely love it. Give me a thumbs up if everybody understands Namisile's explanation of what happened here. Because this is not me. This is Namisile. I just put some extra spice. She 100% killed it, guys. Like, did the things. Are we understanding the difference between why in simple interest, we just go, the interest rate, we just go 5% times n, right? Because in simple interest, we're just adding the same amount of interest again and again. We're adding. So now instead of adding 6 million times, we just times by however many times. But with compound interest, because we're calculating for interest on top of interest on top of, so interest times interest times interest times interest, the easier thing to do is just go interest to the power of n. And that's where we end up with the idea of compound interest being a times p to the power of 1 plus I to the power of, I said to the power way too many times in that sentence, but that's perfectly fine. You guys know what I mean. You guys know exactly what I mean. All right. Excellent stuff. All right, let's get into the actual work. Right. Now, these A's, P's, N's, they mean the exact same thing that Tiana explained to us in the first example. Nothing has changed. The only difference is that our years are now compounded dependent on what our interest rate is. All right, let's start with this first question over here. I wonder why I put like so much space in between everything. All right. So it says here, Tato loans 5,000 Rand from the bank. They offer her a 7% per annum compound interest rate. How much will Tato pay back after 3 years? I'm going to give everybody 2 minutes to answer this question. It's a very easy question. Remember to fill in your A, P, I, and N. Fill in your pain. I heard somebody call it pain, but I call it an A-pin. It's so much better. To fill in your pain makes it sound like, hey, no. Okay. I call it an A-pin. Fill in your A-pin, your A, your P, your I, your N, and calculate for me. I'm going to give you guys exactly 2 minutes. Tiana, is that a question or do you want to answer the question for me?
Ma'am, so
Yes.
I am willing to give the answer there, but I like want to ask a question before I ask her.
Yes.
I'm not speaking wrong, but yes, ma'am. So we wrote a finance paper some time ago, and the teacher told us inflation is the same as compound, and I was so confused. What does he mean by it?
Say that again. The what is the same as compound?
Inflation means compound. It means the same thing as compound.
Yes, it does.
What does it mean, ma'am?
Okay, so let's think about this, Tiana. If bread costs 7 Rand, well, when I was your age, bread used to cost 7 Rand, right? When they add 2% interest the next year, they're adding 2% interest on the 7 Rand, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, the year after that, they're not going to go back to my year. They're not going to go back to the year before and they're like, okay, now we're adding 1% on the original 7 Rand. No, they're adding 1% on the new amount that, or the new price of bread. You understand what I mean? So if they say that they're going to take bread, which costs 7 Rand, and add 2% interest. Now, that means this year, bread is now 707, something like that, or 7 Rand 14 cents, right? The next year, they're going to add, let's say, for instance, the inflation rate is 3%. They're not going to add interest on that 7 Rand. They're going to add that 3% onto this new amount, which actually means they're adding interest on top of this this interest, that little bit of interest that comes from the one before. So there's interest on top of interest. So it's definitely compound.
So it's like so because interest rate go up every week. Oh.
Right. Like they're not going to use the original number. Like imagine if you had to buy a car and they're like, the inflation rate of a car has gone up, but in the 1980s, a car used to cost 400 Rand. They can't charge 5% on 400. Everybody would be able to afford a car. Cars would not, car salesmen wouldn't make any money. They need to charge the inflation on the new amount from last year, not the amount from that year back then. They charge the inflation on the new amount. Okay.
Thank you.
You're very welcome, but you can't go away. Don't run away. Don't even think about running away. Unmute yourself and answer this question for me. Young lady, where did you go? Come back here. All right, let's answer this question. You can't run away from me. And you got same. Population growth is also compound interest. All right, let's start. What is our A? What is our A value?
It's 5,000.
A is 5,000. Our accumulated amount is 5,000.
Oh, not A. No, I thought you said P now, but yes, 6,100. Wait, 6,125.
I agree with you, but let's actually put in the work before we get to the answer. All right, you need to tell me what to write. What do I write? I say A is equal to
5,000.
And
then 1 in brackets, and then plus 7/100.
Good.
And then close the bracket and then to the power of 3.
Good. 7/100, close bracket to the power of 3. And your answer comes out as?
6,125,22.
Good. Why not? The answer actually comes out as 215. Why do we not leave it as 6,215? Why do we say comma 22?
Because if we're talking about money, then we're like talking about cents, aren't we? So that's why we say 22 cents.
100%. 100%. Beautiful. Good. So we must say comma 22. Very well done, Tiana. Excellent stuff. Very, very well done. All right. Excellent stuff. That's it. Tabo, if you forgot to put that extra 0, your answer should have just come out to 612,52, which means all you need to do is just add 1 more 0. Okay. Times your answer by 10. Okay. Mara. Mara's going to answer this next question for us. Okay. Sorry, Untatile. Sorry. Rand. Before they kill me. Before they kill me. Okay. Mara, where are you? Hello, Mara.
Hi, ma'am.
Hi, how are you doing?
Can I answer number 2? Good
Yes,
evening.
absolutely. Let's go for it. Okay, be very careful. It's a bit of a tricky one. So be quite careful. All right. Okay, go for it. Tell me what you have to do here.
Don't we have to fill in our
Correct. Fill in your A pin. Yes, let's
with
go.
our accumulated.
Okay, what is A? What is the value for A?
We don't have A yet. It's unknown.
Oh, no.
It's unknown.
Look at the question.
No, wait.
Right, it says, how much was invested in account if after 15 years, the final amount is 10,125. So they've given us the final amount. So what is my A value going to be actually? What is my final amount? What is my A?
10,125 Rand.
Good. What is our P?
Isn't it 10,125? It's unknown.
A is 10,125. What are we actually missing? I know I have I. I is 4.5%, right? And my N value is going to be?
15 years.
Good, 15 years. So what am I actually missing?
The principal amount.
Correct. We're missing the principal amount. We're missing P, right? So let's put this into a formula and let's see what that would actually look like, right? We have A, so I need you to substitute in for A there for me. What would I get?
10,125 is equal
Hmm.
to P open bracket 1 plus 4.5% close bracket
To the
to the exponent of 15 years.
correct, to the power of 15. Good. Now,
Exponent
I
of
hope you
15 years.
recognize that the thing we want is actually P. How do we get rid of everything else?
Do we divide both sides by
Good. What do we divide by?
10,100? Oh,
Not
yeah,
particularly, because
10,125.
if I do that, I'm just going to erase this 10,125, and that's not going to help me. Right, let's think about this, Mara. If I said to you, I've got 2x is equal to 4. I want x on its own. What would I do with 2?
Divide both sides by 2.
Correct, we would divide both sides by 2. Now, we're going to treat p like x. I have p times all of this stuff. How do I get rid of all of that stuff?
Divide them by 1 plus 4.25%.
100%.
Over to the power 15.
Beautiful.
Yes.
I'm going to divide by it. 1 plus 4.5% to the power of 15. And if I do it on the right-hand side, I'm going to do the exact same thing on the left-hand side as well. 1 plus 4.5% to the power of 15. Right. And those two will cancel. What is my p-value? Punch it into a calculator and give me an answer.
It's 5,231.79.
Beautifully done. Excellent, excellent work. Very well done. That's it. That's the answer I was looking for. Well done, Mara. That was a bit of a tricky one, guys. So don't forget to read the question. I tell kids all the time, finance is about reading. You need to be able to interpret the question. And for those of you who are thinking, I'm going to run away to Maths Lit. This part that we're doing right now is also part of Maths Lit. So don't even think about it. You can't run away. We've got you cornered because Maths Lit is all about reading. And these are the questions. Okay, these are the questions, the kind of questions that we get. So well done to Mara. That was an excellent explanation. I'm going to give you guys some time to answer 2 of these questions. We're going to answer A and we're going to answer B. And as always, pop your favorite emoji in the chat when you are done. All right. Okay, I'm going to tell you guys now, these questions are proper tricky. Okay, they're very tricky. So, Apiwe, in technical maths, you also have to do things like learn binary and all that stuff. Tiara.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am didn't cancel out the 14.
What do you mean?
Ma'am, see they buy 41,740. Ma'am didn't cancel out. Oh, I just wanted to know.
Where did we?
Like there was a red mark on top of the 40. So then I told ma'am to take 40 cents out.
No. It was just a mistake from my pen, my sweetie. Sorry about that. No, I didn't remove it. Okay.
Okay. Thank
All right. Landile, be quick about it. Be quick about it. There, you've got 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Teacher Nels, I see you. Don't start. Don't start. Teacher Nels is already out here singing things. Diana, is that another question? I see your hand is still up. Mara, just A and B. Just A and B. Okay. Really coming down with something. It's because I'm so tired from all this traveling that we're doing. No worries, no much, Ruby. Pachi, this is actually surprisingly caps. It is caps, just higher grade caps. No, she's like, I'll be right back. My wife is slow. Wonder what your poor wife did to you. Oh. Women, can't live with them, can't live without them. Okay. All right. If you're struggling with A, because I know A is quite a difficult one, I want you to put an emoji in the chat so we can continue and speak about it so that we're not stuck in the same place for days. Okay, so pop an emoji in the chat if you're like, hey, ma'am, me, I don't know. Okay. Oh, Kolofelo, we're almost there. We almost had it. Tiana, what's up?
Ma'am, so
Yes.
I wanna do a but like I don't know how to put in my calculator. So now I'm just gonna tell how to get it, but I'm not gonna use the calculator because I just don't know
Okay.
how to.
Okay, I'm going to explain it to you, but I want to see if you can rationalize how to get there. Okay, so let's talk about this. We're going to start with our A pin, all right? So I'm going to start with my APIN. What is my A? What is my P? What is my I? And what is my N? All right, tell me, what is my A?
A is 132,023.
Good. And my P?
It's 41,746,40.
Good. Right. What about my I?
There's no I.
Good. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for I. Good. And N?
Is 9.
Beautiful. Good. Now we're going to put this into the formula. Remember the formula is A is equal to P, open brackets, 1 plus I to the power of N. Right. Let's substitute. What do we get?
Substitute, ma'am. So let me just talk about the substitute. So we have our platinum textbooks now, and we're just told to use the formula we see for I.
Okay. All right. So what you did is you did this. You went I is equal to A over P to the nth root minus 1.
Yes.
Okay. Now that's a cheat because you can actually find this formula yourself, number one. And number two, you don't actually have to learn all of these formulas. You just need the one. So let's rationalize it. Okay. I want you to give it to me in this form, and then I'm going to show you how we get there. All right. Substitute all these numbers into that formula that we've got. All right. Tell me what we're going to get.
So are we just putting it in a formula?
Yeah, the numbers. Yes.
So then we just say 132,023 is equal to 41,746,40. And then in brackets 1 plus the missing.
I, yeah. Good.
And then 9 to the power of 9.
Good, to the power of 9. Excellent. All right. Let's start with the obvious. I know I want this thing on its own, right? So I'm going to get rid of 41,000. Okay. 41,000. 746,40. How would I do that?
Don't we like multiply both sides? I mean, divide
Multiply,
both
it's
sides.
already multiple. Correct. Divide both sides. Okay, so 41746, 040. And I'm going to divide the side also by 41746, 40. Okay, cool. Thanks, teacher Nels. All right, good. So those two will cancel. And now I have 132,023,53 over 41746,40 is equal to 1 plus I to the power of 9. Now I want to get rid of 9. How do I get rid of the power of 9? What is the reciprocal of the power of 9?
Isn't it square
Okay.
root of 9?
Correct. We can't square root it, but let's put it this way. If I had x squared and I wanted x on its own, I would take the square root. Agreed?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. So if I had x cubed, how would I get rid of that cubed?
The cube root.
Correct. We cube root. What about x to the power of 5? How do I get rid of 5?
Yeah.
We would just take the fifth root, correct?
So I taking
Yes.
the 9th root.
Correct. So in this one over here, we're just going to take the 9th root. Right. We're going to take the 9th root. Right. So we're going to say now the 9th root. Yeah, look at me.
But it's
That
the
doesn't-
same thing.
It is the 9th root. It is. But I just want to show you that you can get there without having to learn the formula.
But it's a lot of brain.
I know, I know, but the brain work is important, right? The
Ma'am.
last thing I did have to do is take the 1 and take it
To the other side. So it's
correct to
gonna
the
be
other
subtracted.
side. But yeah, but remember, you can't put it under the square root. We don't want it under, I mean, the 9th root. It's not part of the 9th root. So we're going to
Yes,
have
ma'am.
the 9th root of 132,023,53 over 41746,40, and then on its own, minus 1 is equal to I. And that's what we're going to get here. All right, beautiful. So I know that that's exactly what you would have put into your calculator. Now, I want you to go to your calculator and look for this button. It looks like this. It's got x to the power of a block. The button looks like this.
Yeah.
You got it. Now, you'll see that right above that button in yellow, there's a button that looks like this. The something root of something. Do you see it?
No. Nope.
No?
There's
Right
something
next to
root
it,
next to it.
like, yes, on above it, above this one.
Oh, I see it.
Do we see it? Yes?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, good. Now, I see Tabo say it has
Oh.
3. The one next to it,
It's
look, so
short.
there are 2 buttons. The one over here says x squared, and above it, it says x cubed. This is not the one we want. We want the one right next to it. Right next to it. Okay, which is that one. Right, so I need you to click Shift, Tiana, click Shift, and click this button for me, please.
I did do it.
Okay, good. Now you're going to go to where the little blinky thingy is flashing, and you're going to put a 9 in.
Yes.
Right? And then you're going to use your arrow to get underneath the square root, underneath that root sign. And then you're going to click the fraction button so that it gives you a fraction. Then you're going to put these numbers in.
Yes.
Okay. Then you're going to use the button that goes to the right. Click on the button that goes to the right once so that you get out of the root. You need to be outside of the root. And when you are outside of the root, then only do you click -1.
Yes, ma'am.
And then click
I
equals.
got 0, must make it into decimal place.
No, keep going. Give me 4 decimals.
0,1364.
1364. Okay, excellent. But this is not our interest rate. This is our interest rate over 1.
Must times
How
it
do
by
we
100.
calculate? Correct. We must times it by 100, comma, times 100. So my interest rate is actually equal to How much?
13.65%.
Correct, 65. Yeah, or 13.6 or 13.65. Let's take it there, percent. Well done. All right, so for those of you who did get 13.65, 100% spot on. Okay. All right, give me a thumbs up if you guys understand. Tiana, do you see where we went there? We would have gotten to the same answer either way, whether you use teacher Jen's example or whether we used this one. Okay. Excellent, excellent, excellent. All right, let's look at B. And I would like another volunteer other than Tiana to do B for us as well, please. I know, she's make sure, of course, she's make sure. Yes, Amber, of course, we can screenshot. Okay, just to help you out, Amber, I'm going to write that formula that Tiana talked about. She said that interest rate is equal to the nth root of A over P minus 1. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Kulafelo. I'm sorry. Okay, I see why. Teacher Nels, I'm just realizing in the other class we got a different answer. Yes, and that's because we had rounded this off to 0.14 before we did the fraction, I mean the percentage part, right? And that's why I'm like, that's why I said close, because I thought the answer was supposed to be 14%, but because we didn't convert it into those two decimals until the very end, the answer came out as 13.65, which makes so much sense. All right. All right. Yeah, I'm just realizing it now. I'm noticing it now. We rounded off too early in the other class, but that's perfectly fine. All right, guys, here's the next question. Yeah, Kolofelo, you were on point, 100% on point. Okay. We're doing B, Tiana. We're doing question B. Okay, so B is significantly easier than A was. Okay. Which is kind of nice, which is very nice. All right, anybody want to volunteer to do B? Not Tiana, anybody else? Asbonge. Hello, Asbonge.
Hello, ma'am.
Hi, my sweetie. All right, are you ready to do this question with me?
Yes.
Okay, there's A-P-I-N. Go for it. All right, what do we have?
Okay, if we look at A, we have 61,886.87.
Good, 0.87. Good. What else do we have?
We are looking for if we look at P.
Good. We're looking for P.
We have a value I 55.5, which is 0.055.
Good. It's just 5.5, not 55.5. So be very careful. Okay,
Oh,
and
yeah.
our N is?
Is 3 years.
Beautiful. Good. Now put that into a formula for us. Let's put that onto our formula over here so that we can figure it out. Okay. So what are we going to get?
It's 61,886.87 is equal to P is equal to P into 1 plus 5.5% exponent 3.
Exponent 3, good. Now I want P. How do I make P the subject of the formula, Asponge?
I divide by 1 plus 5.5% exponent 3.
Exponent 3, and I do that on both sides. Yes, 1 plus 5.5%. Cancel. So what is P equal to?
I got 52,703.70.
Correct. To 2,703.70. Very well done, Asponge. Easy, easy, easy stuff. Okay. Very easy stuff. Nicely done. Sure. That was like smooth. 3 seconds, Nyana, and Asbonge was already done, guys. She's not playing around. She's collecting. All right. Thanks so much, Asbonge. Yo, that was clean. So clean. My word. I'm so impressed. I am so impressed. All right, let's look at C and D. Let's go ahead and look at C and D. All right, so we are now on C and D. Now, Matlubi, my sweetie, I'm just going to ask you to mute for me, please. All right, remember, pop your favorite emoji in the chat when you're done, peeps. Yes, offense, absolutely. Absolutely. I would love to hear your voice. Okay, I just need you to raise your hand for me so that I don't miss you. Okay, raise your hand for me, please. Love to see it. Love it when people want to put their hands up and answer. It's my favorite part. Yes, Tiana, what's your question? Mama, sweetie, what's up?
Ma'am, so there's a 1 in front of the comma and it's no longer 0. We still times it by 100, ma'am.
No, there shouldn't be a 1. What means is you've left your -1 inside the square root. I mean, underneath the root.
Oh.
Remember, you must click the right button to make sure that your -1 is not underneath the root.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
There shouldn't be a 1 in the answer, correct? All right, teacher Nels. We hear you, we got you. Sure, no, Samuel, maybe just rest your voice. Okay. Don't overdo it. Nico, you are in fact correct. Well done. One more minute, guys. Namisile even grooving because she's got all the answers. Like, done, finish.
What happened to the
really.
other hand? Offensive.
Oh, it was it was Tiana. She was just asking her question.
Where's offensive?
Tarika, we're about to do that question now. We're going to do that question now. Okay. Because we're not technically not supposed to answer for any. Why is there an echo now?
Okay. I was trying to unmute offensive, so sorry.
Oh, okay. That's okay. Sorry. Yeah, so we're not technically supposed to teach you how to calculate for n in compound interest in grade 10. You shouldn't know how to do it. You shouldn't know how to do it in grade 11. You only do it in grade 10, in grade 12, in matric. Okay, it's part of finance in matric, not here. So I hope your teachers are not asking you for it as well. All right, let's look at the answers. Namisile, let's start with the first one. Let's start with C. All right, let's start with a quick A-pin. Show us what our needs to look like. Oh, yes. Sorry, Namisile, second. Sorry, sweetie. Namisile, sorry, I'm going to mute you for 1 second. Offense, and then Namisile. Okay, Offense. Okay, let's
Hello, ma'am.
Hi, how are you doing?
Hi, how are you doing? I'm good.
Okay, there's background noise.
Are we doing C or D?
C. You're doing C. Okay.
You're doing C. Okay.
Right. So you need to give me my A.
So you need to give me my A. Your A is 149,171,36. And then your P is 44,561,90.
Keep going.
And then your I is, ma'am, can you please go back to the question? Oh, we don't have an I, and then the N is 9.
Good. So what formula are we using?
Compound. And then when you write it in a compound formula, it is 149,171,36 equals to 44,561,90 bracket 1 plus I to the power of 9.
Okay, good. Now let's rearrange. What's the first thing we're going to do? Offense?
We're going to divide by 44,561,90.
Good.
Keep going. Sides.
Good. Keep going.
And then we're going to do the root 9.
Good.
And then you carry over the 1.
Excellent. Okay, give me an answer.
Let me do it quickly, ma'am. 9. Ma'am, the answer is 0.1. 1436.
Good, but that's not a percentage.
That's not a percentage. Give it a 137, ma'am.
Okay.
The percentage is 14.37.
Good. Well done. Very well done. That's the answer I'm looking for.
That's the answer I'm looking for.
Very nice, Offense. Well done. Okay. All right. Give me a thumbs up, everybody, if you got that answer correct. Yes, everybody with me here?
Hi.
Hello, Namisile. All right, I'm just waiting for everybody's thumbs up, but I'm gonna let you take it away. All right. Let's look at D real quick. Give me an A pin for D while everybody else is still giving me their thumbs up. What do we have?
We have P, I, and N.
Good. What is our P?
P, it is 62,722.80. And then our I is 14.75, but 0.1475 when you change it into your
You convert. Good. All right, keep
when you
going.
convert it. And then our N is 5.
Good. All right, so we're just calculating for A, standard calculation for A.
Yeah.
Yes.
We use
Right.
our best friend, the calculator.
Amen. Amen. Yes.
Yeah.
Equal to 62,722, 80, open brackets, 1 plus 14.75% to the power of 5. What is my answer, Namisile?
It is 124,791.03
Rand. Beautifully done. Well done. It was just too easy. Okay, I know
it says quarterly.
Okay, I don't want us to compound it quarterly. I want it compounded annually, because in order for me to explain quarterly and all of that, I need that extension class at the end of this course. Okay, we can't do that here. We need to make sure everybody's on the same page. See, and that's the question I'm trying to avoid. Okay, all right, Masudi, I'm going to explain. Okay, quarterly just means every quarter of the year, which means every 3 months. But that means something completely different for our years as well. So I don't want to confuse you.
Isn't that grade 11 and 12 work?
You understand, it's still grade 10, but there are some grade 10 teachers. Like I said, it's grade 10, but it's like grade 10 over here, like on this level. Right, so we're going to tackle some of these questions a little bit later on in the course. Okay, so don't stress about it for now.
This might be the last time I'm attending for this month.
What do you mean?
I'm starting exams next week, so they are back to back. So in maths, I'm writing it on Friday, so I have to study for physics, life science, geography, and maths is gonna be
Why is your teachers like this? Why is your teachers like this? Okay, that's okay, my sweetie. Hopefully you can catch up with the recordings just of that one section when we get to it, because I'm pretty sure you guys have finished the rest of it. But thank you so much. We love having you here. So you're not allowed to run away forever. You run away for a little bit because you're gonna write exams.
I'm coming back. And when I come back, I'm coming back with a bang,
Yes.
That's the spirit.
That's the spirit. That is the spirit. Okay, thanks so much, my sweetie. You're